But me and Jesse decided for this vlog, we'll just kind of show you some of the areas we hung out when we were young whippersnappers, just running amok in Bishop, California. And the things we would do, places we would go, things we would see, and all the other things and things.
Yeah.
Right now we're at the canal. The river?
Yeah, this is the river.
We're at the river. I did not spend a lot of time here. Sometimes we would come here occasionally, but not a lot. Jessie claims that she would a lot though.
Yeah, we would hang out at the river. We would float the river from one bridge to the ropes, sometimes bridge to bridge, just depending, or sometimes we would just park our cars out here, hang out for the day, and we would jump off of the bridge to the water.
See, when we were floating stuff, we were floating the canal. So we'd usually float the canal, I think, because it was closer to town. And it was easier just to walk over from our friend's house over to the canal to hang out and play in the water and stuff. So here is the bridges that Jessie would jump off of, she says.
We jump on this side.
On this side?
Right here.
Yeah. All right, I need you to demonstrate.
Oh no.
You don't want to demonstrate for him?
No.
Just jump off?
You jump off and then you swim over there, get up, crawl over. Sometimes you do that side and swim under, but I didn't like to swim under because there's a lot of spiders and I don't do spiders.
I think that we would like sometimes jump off the bridge, like I didn't, but my friends would jump off. And I want to say they would do it over closer to like the Laws side though. Isn't there a bridge over there?
Yeah.
Over by Laws?
Yeah.
That way? Like
Yep.
they would usually go over, we'd usually go over there and they would jump off that bridge, not this one.
All right, should we go to spot 2?
What's spot 2?
I don't know, where's the spot that you come out?
Oh, out here in the desert stuff? I don't remember where those locations were at.
Oh.
Mine were sometimes deeper into the desert. The couch.
The couch.
I remember that was the location because there was a couch there. It was near it was near a river or canal or something, some stream of water, and there was a couch there. We would hang out. I don't remember some of the other places. The other places was like the motorcycle track thing where we would do Riata. We'd hang out up there in Riata, which we probably won't drive all the way up there. I don't know.
You want to go show them where we graduated high school?
Well, you want to go to elementary school, and then middle school, and then the high school?
Yeah, we can.
We'll check out some of the schools real quick. Now we're over at the school. Like over here is where the kindergarten's at. Did you go to kindergarten here?
I did go to kindergarten here.
I did not. I did not go to kindergarten here. I did not start going to school here until 1st grade.
Oh, wow.
I went to kindergarten in Rialto, one of the suburbs of Los Angeles. Got any kindergarten memories?
There used to be like this, you know, like this, the big old dome, like spider web. So they used to have that thing, and I was playing on it. I believe it was my brother or a friend. We're gonna blame it on my brother because that just sounds right. I was hanging upside down, and he unhooked my feet and dislocated my shoulder from my collarbone.
Jeez.
And that was the last time I ever played on one of those little spider dome thingies.
Oh man.
So I have like trauma from those things.
So I have some memories coming back to me that I remember from things. So I remember this when I was in 1st grade. Right over here is where we ate lunch. So when lunchtime came, they had a bunch of tables they would bring out, and they would have them all set up right over here. And that's where we ate lunch at, was right over there.
Yeah.
Did you do anything like that, or do you remember eating lunch there?
I don't remember.
I remember playing through here. Like this side was the 1st grade side, because I went to 1st grade in this building over here. But then over here, this side was 2nd grade, and I went to 2nd grade over here. I remember playing in this little area, like in 1st grade and stuff.
Crazy.
Switching over to my phone because the Canon battery died. Hopefully not having a wind filter doesn't mess anything up. But these tetherball poles have always been here. These tetherball poles are still here. And I remember them being here. I mean, they might have changed out the poles since back in the day, but there's always been tetherball poles here. The playground's different. The playground isn't the same playground. It's a little bit different of a playground. There also used to be, I remember back along this fence line back here used to be a bunch of trees, which those trees aren't there anymore, but we'd always hide in the trees and kind of hang out there. So you know what's crazy though? So this is 2nd grade. This is where I went to 4th grade though. So it doesn't go 2nd, 3rd, it was 2nd, 4th, and over here was third for me. I don't know if you had it that way.
No, I believe this was third grade for me.
So I always remember it feels like I didn't realize they were this close.
Oh,
So,
no, you were right. I did go third there because Mrs. Howard had, her classroom was off of a ramp. And Mr. Howard, if you happen to watch these, show Mrs. Howard and let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I believe it was the front one there because that's where I met my best friend Heather. And we were in third grade together. We're still friends till this day, by the way. She watches these, so hi. But it was the first classroom there was third, and then we popped over here and did fourth.
Yeah, this was fourth.
And I remember playing here.
Yeah, but like over here, so those buildings weren't there when I went third grade. Those buildings were trailers. They had like these temporary trailers back over here. Now they have like permanent buildings, but they were trailers.
They were, I believe they were up further.
Yeah, they were a little farther up, I think, a little bit closer to the street. But they had those. But yeah, I remember going to fourth grade in this building here. But the fun thing I remember here, 2 stories. Okay. I remember right around here on this corner area, I would go on the way to school, I would get bubble gum. They had tattoos in it from Tiger Tote, which is this little gas station, kind of convenience store that used to be here. That's no longer here. And I would sell the temporary tattoos over here around this corner to kids.
That's funny.
The gum that came with the temporary tattoos were only maybe, I don't know, 10 cents. Or no, maybe 5 cents. And I think I was selling the tattoos themselves for like 10 cents a piece. And then I also had like, or you can get 2 for a quarter, which the math doesn't work on that. I'm actually making 5 cents extra because otherwise 2 should be 10 cents, 20 cents. But I was doing it, or 2 for a quarter. People were buying it and they'd give me a quarter, sometimes for 2. So that's story 1. Story 2, right around here, either on that backstop that's back over that way, or this front backstop here. I think it might have been the front backstop. That's where me and my friend Nick would always have wrestling. We would be wrestling each other. And sometimes we'd go back and forth between who was champion. Sometimes I was a champion. Sometimes I would lose and he'd become the champion.
That's funny.
That's where we would wrestle.
Those bars are where me and my friends used to tie our sweaters and do flips.
Yeah.
On the bar. Yeah, you'd like hook your sweater and then like it was like extra support, or sometimes you just put your leg over and you just woo and do flips.
So yeah, I remember this. But yeah, I mean,
This is new.
Yeah, the equipment has changed out. I mean, there was playground equipment there, but it was different. It wasn't this playground equipment. Because I remember there being playground equipment. I think I was actually maybe closer this way because I remember there being a gap. Well, actually that gap's still there. So maybe it was just different playground equipment. So then this building over here was 5th grade, but all of this behind me was not there. That was nothing. For me, this was a basketball court. This had a bunch of basketball hoops, and me and my friend Carl would play basketball back here. Was it a basketball court for you?
It was. This came when I was already in middle school.
That's when they put that in?
Yeah, so I never got to eat at this cafeteria or anything like that.
Yeah, Jesse says cafeteria now. Yeah, this was a basketball court for me. So now we're at middle school. I don't know about for you, but for me, that building was the cafeteria for lunch.
It is like an assembly area.
Well, we do, so like if we had like bad weather, we would do lunch there actually. Yeah, we would do, that's right. We would do lunch in there like if it was bad weather. Otherwise, yeah, we would do assembly areas and stuff like that in there.
So that sign, the Colts, is what my class dedicated. It's from 2002.
You guys made that one?
And that's the year I graduated, yes. But something else really fun that I love about this font every time I see it. So, a lot of you may not know this, but I was a cheerleader for Bishop Youth Football. And this is where we would hold our practice.
Yeah.
It was right here in the front. And my dad used to come to all of our practices. And my cheer squad used to call him Mr. Mom. He even had a cheer shirt. He knew all of our cheers with us. He took me and my friends to all of the away games if my mom couldn't go, and yeah, would do my hair in rollers. But this is where you would practice, is right here in the front.
Nice.
And so every time we drive by, that's what I think of, is cheer practice.
Cheer practice.
And doing cheerleading here in the front.
You know, I think if we're here, let's see. I think actually it might be a little bit different. Yeah, it's a little bit different here in the front, right over here. Right over here, there used to be a middle island thing, like right here. There was like something here like concrete, and we would rollerblade and grind up against the concrete and put like wax on them, and you could like grind against it.
Oh yeah.
So then this is the middle school area. This building for me, it was 6th, 7th, 8th, but you kind of had some mixed in because 7th and 8th is when you started kind of mixing up classes and stuff. Mm-hmm. But this wing was the 6th grade wing. Same for you?
Ours went forward. So ours was 6th, 7th, 8th.
Oh, really? So yours is backwards? You had 6 way down at the end?
Yeah, because you filtered in from middle school. So ours went 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh. Okay, yeah, mine was backwards. And then we had a bunch of picnic tables, right, all in between here. Yep. We used to have a bunch of picnic tables, and that's where we'd eat lunch and stuff too.
Us too.
Yeah, and then we kind of hang out just wherever and kind of play around. There's a backstop way back there that we would a lot of times hang out at, and hang out over there sometimes. But over around the corner is where we do PE, over on the basketball courts. So now we're over at the high school. This is the area of currently the senior parking lot. But for me, it was not a parking lot. These were homes. There was houses right here because these were all homes right here. This was still like a little street you could drive up. And then my senior parking lot, there's a building there right now. I'll have to show you that here in a second. But this is the front lawn of the high school.
These were parking spots for me. We couldn't paint them or anything like that, but I was the third one and that was my assigned parking.
So here is the front steps of the high school. This is where we always do the senior photo and everything up here for the class and everything. This is where graduation's at. We'll be held up here and everybody be on the lawn back here for the viewing audience. All of us are on like usually like a stage that's up here. And this is where we have graduation. So back here was the hangout area. I want to say there was more of these things, weren't there?
Yeah.
Was there more of these things? I want to say mine was like one of those, but I want to say it was like here. I don't know, because I want to say it was closer this way.
Yeah, they have one more right here, right?
I don't know. I just want to say there was more of those little round things for hangout.
One right here.
I don't remember, but I want to say like ours was right around here somewhere, so that I would hang out at.
I remember because there was one that was closer, like right here.
Yeah.
I took this one out.
So, but I don't know. But if you look at the concrete, it doesn't look like it still looks all matching old. It doesn't like none of it looks different colors. Because if that's the case and they didn't change it, then maybe it was this one. So I don't know. Maybe it was this one because I don't see any spots where it looks newer or older. It looks all the same. So maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. You know what? No, now I remember now. Now I remember, because these holes right here, there was pillars here. And then when they would do driver's ed, the car would park here. The driver's ed car would always park right here by the pillars. And so that means this one was the one that I would hang out on. We'd always hang out towards the front of it, because there's some people that hang out on the back of it. My group of friends would hang out on the front of it. On this side. So no, those
had the car here for driver's ed?
That's where they'd usually park it. So when they're about to do driver's ed, like the class was about to start or whatever, this is where they'd park the driver's ed car.
That's
it was like right
weird.
here.
We always had to go out to auto shop.
Right. I didn't do. I had a private guy that I would do and stuff like that, but that's where they would park it.
I hung out right here.
Yeah, this is where you hung out. Nice. Also, when I was here, there was a bunch of vending machines. In there.
We never had vending machines. We had the snack shack.
I don't remember. I think that's where you get, like, if you had like a school lunch.
That was open all the time. So
really?
Like first thing in the morning, lunch, or like school or whatever. You can. It wasn't just like school lunch stuff. Like you can buy like snack stuff there.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't have vending machines. We had that.
Yeah, that was school lunch and then vending machines over there. But we would always leave for lunch. So the lockers, I remember, we have this building over here, but also you have the main building here. Some lockers are in that building, some were in this building over here, some were in this building over here, so they were all over the place, and it's dependent on where you got your locker at. But my locker was in this building, which was the English building.
My locker was also in this building, but I didn't use it because it didn't work out for my schedule. So I used my friend Tara's locker over in the math building.
Also, I don't know if you did it this way, but when we would do senior pictures, this is where we did it. They would have a backdrop set up right here. And this is where we do the senior pictures, right here in this little spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nope.
So I want to say my locker was like on one of these top rows here on the left-hand side. I don't remember like which one it was, but it was in here. It was on the left-hand side on one of the top
What if we
rows.
had the same locker?
That'd be crazy. My locker, though, I took all of the cover art out of my albums for records, or not records, it wasn't that old school. All my CD covers, I would take them out and I put them all on the inside of my locker. Just had a bunch of bands in there. Come over here real quick. I want to see where for me, where the senior parking lot was at. Now there's a building sitting here, though. So for me, this building did not exist. This was the senior parking lot. It was over here. Like I said, over there where the parking lot's at now was houses. There was houses over there. So this is all we had. This is all we had for the senior parking lot. I don't think we had reserved parking like you guys had. They have it now. I think you pay. Is that what it is? You pay and you get a parking spot and then you could use that. It was just first come, first serve. So I never hassled with it because it was first come, first serve. So I would always park down the road a little ways in this other little parking lot area. And that's where I always parked at. But you said now this is a science building?
Yeah, so this is science here. And then down in the basement is where they have like those electives, floral, sewing, and stuff like that.
See, my science class was down in the basement, basement of the main building. And this is the parking lot. So.
And PE has always been the same.
Yeah, this one was the females, though. I don't know if you guys had it this way. So this first one right here, this is the women's PE. And then the next one over, the other side
well,
was
the
men's.
boys got ready in the gym, and then the girls had this section.
Yeah, that was always the girls' one. Same. All right, well, I guess that's it. That's it for our little kind of adventure now, for now anyways. We're going to go back to my sister's house. We're going to be going over to my niece's for dinner again tonight. Maybe I record there, maybe I don't. But before we end the vlog, though, we'll show you a little bit of Main Street before we end things, though. All right, we're all finished with the dinner with family and stuff like that. We're going to go through downtown, or through Main Street, I guess, and kind of point out some stuff and show you some stuff from our childhood times running amok. All right. So right here on the end, this used to be a Texaco, and I remember when I was little, my dad used to work there, and I would hang out with him sometimes for the night shift. But now it's just empty lot. There's nothing there now. So right up here, this has pretty much always been Taco Bell right there, but over here was Kmart. And right here on the end of the street, we used to all park our vehicles right along the sidewalk or the area of the parking lot, and we'd all hang out there and kind of find out what was going on for the day. But that used to be Kmart right there, and that building's been pretty much abandoned ever since, or just empty, really.
That used to be Burger King.
Yeah, a Pollo Loco used to be Burger King back in the day. That was a little bit more recentish, I guess, what, 5 years ago?
Longer than that, because we didn't even have Burger King when I was in high school.
No? Dang. A lot of this is fairly the same, like Carl's Jr.'s, Carl's Jr., their park over there, Shatz, all that stuff has pretty much been here. Same with like this hotel over here is like the only nice hotel that there is, the Creekside Inn in the town. And this is like the main area up here, because you have like the movie theater and stuff. I remember like whatever this VP Insurance is now. Back then that was a shoe store, and that was where you got the good shoes.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah, that was where I get the good shoes.
The shoe store.
And this was Joseph's, the market. Now it's a liquor store. There's a pet store over here. There used to be an arcade right around here too. I remember when I was really little. I remember an arcade being there. And you turn down and go down the line. And that's kind of like the main area. There's only a little bit more stuff that way, but for the most part, that's really about it. Now we head up Line Street and back to my sister's. Well, all right. I guess this is going to close out the vlog. I got to get to editing this one so I can get it done tonight and uploaded and ready for the next day, because when you're watching this, it's the next day, because I've been doing these day before type of thing. And so that means if you're watching this right now, then today, the day that you're watching this video, unless you're watching it in the future after it came out, we are traveling back to Colorado. So we start our journey back to Colorado tomorrow to head home and everything. We'll see how that kind of goes, because I'll probably try to vlog some stuff during that, possibly. No guarantees. Maybe continue this little vacation streak until like the last day of the vacation, which would be Sunday for us, and then we go back to work on Monday. we'll see how it kind of works out. We'll try to do it that way. I'm just not too sure what I'll have to vlog about tomorrow, because really most of what tomorrow is going to be is us driving. So if there is no vlog after this one, then just know that it's probably because there wasn't anything that interesting. But I'll try to get something out of it, to try to maybe get, I guess, more days, because this is number 8, so then there'd be a 9 and a 10 maybe, potentially. We'll try to see kind of how it goes. It's also going to kind of factor in how good the internet is at the hotel, because we're not going to drive straight through like we did on the way out here. We're actually going to go until Salina, Utah, and then we're going to stop in Salina, Utah, or Salina, Utah, whatever it is, pronunciation. But we're going to stop there and get some sleep, and then finish the rest the following day, so we get home on Sunday. So we'll see how things kind of work out. But nonetheless, we're going to be ending the vlog now, because now we'll be heading back to Colorado. So our time here in California is coming to a wrap. That sun is super bright. All right, appreciate you for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below if you watched all of the vlogs. Love to hear from you. All right, looks like I'll work on a sign-off thing. How about you, kitty? What do you think? Hey, cat, you wanna say goodbye? You wanna sign off the vlog? I don't know who you are. I'm not sure if you're my sister's cat or some random neighborhood cat. I don't know. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow, maybe. If not, then I'll see you next time. See ya.